delighted to be joined by the three members of Clay Soldiers. It's Stu, Leon, and Pablo. So welcome, guys. I should add right now that we have been having tremendous difficulties with Zoom this evening. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost or never actually got poor Pablo here. So we're going to try, and the other guys are going to try and talk for him. Which
strange voices.
is something we hadn't planned on doing or prepared for. So good luck, guys. I think we're just going to get started. So I'm going to introduce you first of all. So you were formed in London not long ago, 2020. So you're a three-piece rock band. You combine rock, grunge, and stoner rock, along with melodic guitars and heavy rocking grooves. And you basically, in a nutshell, you describe yourselves as blending the melodic with the heavy, which we like very, very much. So tell us about yourselves. How did it all come about? It must have been during lockdown, which is a fortunate time to start a band, although I guess you probably had a bit more time on your hands than you would normally. So how did it all begin?
It all started with a post on Facebook, because I've known Leon for about 20 odd years through previous projects, and it was a time I literally just finished my degree and I literally wasn't doing anything, and I saw a Facebook post and Leon was like, I want to start a rock band. And I literally just saw that and said, yeah, let's do it. And then the pandemic hit and we thought, oh no, that's just great timing. But we then started writing stuff, didn't we? Once the pandemic finished, we were then ready to rehearse, and everyone we contacted, it was like, do you have any music you can send to us? And we was like, well, no, we don't. There's just literally the two of us. We've not written anything. And I think that was the basis of our first ever single. We literally went onto a online software and we just literally put something together, because we had the same question like 15 times. You know, have you got any music? No, we don't. Literally, we don't. And so we literally just put something together, me and Leon, and we just yeah, we've got a song, and that's how we captured our first drummer, wasn't it? And yeah, from there, our first single we released in December following the pandemic. Had really good.
The first single.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Really good response. It was played by an Australian radio station, Isaac Banks, and that features in the top 4 of their top 10. And then the following March or April, we got Artist of the Month in New York, Pipe Bomb Radio, NYC.
Yeah.
And this was all from the back of that one single, that it was like just grabbing a bit of Play-Doh and just going, yeah, we're done. Like no real thought got into it. We just literally just wrote it because we wanted to get members on board, and that was our goal at the time. Yeah.
And did you just sort of send it to a load of sort of radio stations across the world, or how did people sort of find out about you?
Yeah, it started off by sending ghosts to like a handful of radio stations, and then it was obviously on all platforms, and then through sort of promotion, other radio stations were picking up on it, and then they were playing our music, and so every week we would find a new radio station that had played our single. And for us it was quite exciting, because it's never really happens that way before. And I think from the very start we kind of went into this project just really like dads in a family. We just say, oh, we're just going to practice like every couple of weeks, and just no real expectation. But until people started really believing in the music that we were writing, then suddenly we felt we had something. And so then our focus kind of shifted to more really trying to target the bigger audience. And again, that was just something from the back of what we'd done on that first step.
And how do you go about trying to target a bigger audience as a new band?
Well, through social media platforms, first of all. We know that being active in social media can capture a wider reach. and that falls into consistency. So it's just really keeping on top of the times when you get the most engagement. There's a lot of self-promotion. I know that there's a lot of bands that really don't like self-promotion.
It's a
But it's
full-time job, really, for self-promotion, I think. I mean, I can
is.
understand why a lot of bands, you know, aren't able to commit to that kind of amount of social mediaing, as I call it, that's required, you know, with all the platforms and everything. And there's always more platforms that I'm finding out about, you know, and I think, yeah, I've got enough already. And so what it's like for a band that's constantly having to promote themselves, it is, you know, 24/7 thing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if there's one person that really helped me understand the whole social media thing, because bearing in mind we had the pandemic, we had a lot of time on our hands. And so I was looking at a lot of different ways of how to elevate ourselves. So there was one guy on Instagram, his name is Bacon Bits. And so he does a lot of videos on how to like do stuff with your social media platforms. And that really helped me understand that element a lot better. And so it was just really putting that into practice. And obviously sharing the small successes with the other guys in the band, Leon and Pablo, of course. And that really helps to understand where we're going. Like communication is really key.
Yeah, it definitely is. So you've released several tracks now, and the most exciting thing is your debut EP. So that's coming up. It's called Life After Death, and that's due for release on the 16th of July. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the EP?
Oh, is it? Can I say something?
Go on, go for it.
I'll try and talk. It's really exciting because I think we're just taking a bit of all different things we're interested in and wanted to put into it and just kind of rammed as much as we could into it. I think with like the artwork, for example, that was, you know, it wasn't someone we didn't know. It was someone we you know, do know. And a lot of the ideas, we all kind of had this like close little kind of, you know, community kind of just all work on these ideas, and we're kind of waiting for it to kind of go, oh, it's really excited to kind of, you know, suddenly let everyone know, you know, what we've been working on and that. And it's been really cool that sort of having this, like everyone kind of on the same wavelength and yeah, all sort of the same vision together, and it's like very little tight little sort of group. It's been really cool, and it's exciting because previously on other projects, I think I've done quite heavy stuff, like really heavy stuff, and you probably can't hear my lyrics like very well. And I've always felt like I wanted something to say that was kind of conscious lyrics or something that, you know, is a little bit meaningful. So being in a project that, you know, you hear what I'm saying, that kind of means something too. So it's, that comes across, and it's me and Stu. I think ideally we wanted to kind of be in a project where it was very different from anything we've done before. We've done quite heavy stuff before, I think, and we kind of let's try something quite meaningful that a lot more people can relate to. It's kind of where from there. So that's all. There's a lot of excitement behind the EP because it's a lot of new things for we're having to go at, and it seems to have a lot of momentum to it. So we're really excited about that.
Leon, is there any reason you're sitting in a car?
Yeah,
I've actually only just realised it.
yeah, it's just because where I'm obviously my home with these little ones there, and it's sort of bedtime, so. So,
I've done interviews in cars before, not with me, but when the other person's been in a car, like outside a supermarket and stuff.
Yeah, that's all right.
I just wondered. It's a good enough reason.
I was just trying to be considerate, really. That was it.
Very,
And,
very good, very considerate. Oh my goodness, Pablo has entered the waiting room. Pablo, can you hear us?
Is he coming?
It'll work this time. Pablo, he's joining. Right. Well, while he's joining, we're going to talk about what you're doing for your EP release. So you've got a lovely, hello Pablo, release show. So that's on the same date as the launch. So that's 16th of July at the Fighting Cocks in Kingston, in London, South London. Fighting Cocks. Wow. What
yeah, it's a really, really great venue. Cocks.
You've got Silence in Surrender and Armstrong Gun and Buzzkill all supporting you. So tell us about how people can get tickets for this. is it a free entry show? Do you buy tickets online? Can you buy at the door? How do we see
Yeah, no,
you?
there's definitely tickets available. They can go via the Eventbrite website. All the links are in our bio, so they can go via Songkick. And through there, you have a whole gig listing. And one of those is obviously listed for the EP release show. And they can purchase the tickets. And it's only £5 plus 98p administration fee.
That's quite
And
amazing for 4 bands.
that is, yes. And they're all 4 bands that we're all quite familiar with. They're all good friends of ours. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a whole evening that's going to be just full of friends and party.
Full of friendship and joy and music. And Pablo,
Yeah.
can you hear us? Please say something. I'm desperate to hear your voice. I really am. Talk.
Go on. Can you hear?
Speak, Pablo. Speak to me.
He's probably like shouting through like stress, trying to like as he can.
We tried so hard. Now, you know, something that I really like about you guys is your press pack, because you have a bit of fun with it and you give us a lot of information about the 3 of you and what you enjoy doing and your hobbies and what you're like and all of that stuff. And I'm just going to kind of touch on a bit of that, because you know what? I wish all bands would do this. It would make my life a lot easier and it would give us interesting things to talk about all the time. So some information about you. First and most importantly, Leon loves food. So a man after my own heart, definitely. Doesn't drink alcohol. Is that no alcohol at all?
Yeah, I don't touch. I can have I
Don't
like
touch it.
non-alcoholic beverages, but yeah, I won't touch alcohol.
Don't touch alcohol. Okay. Don't do any drugs. Very good.
No.
Just food. So that's rock and roll in its pure form. So what kind of food do you like?
Well, like vegetarian, so anything in that kind of, you know, I think spectrum is the word, sort of like
Anything veggie.
everything and anything. I'm particularly quite fond of spicy stuff as well.
Yeah, I hear you like hot sauce.
Yeah, so just stick hot sauce on something, you know.
Or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about sort of putting hot sauce on bananas, but you know, I try and be sort of you know, sensible to you know, some extent with it.
Yeah, I don't think that'll go well. And then it says Stu. Stu cannot eat as much as Leon. So you definitely attempted it and failed. When was this attempt?
Well, we did our first ever show. And this is bearing in mind, we're just literally a support band. And so we turn up. Leon somehow spoke to the manager and got us all a massive burger each.
Okay.
And it was
Veggie burger for Leon.
veggie
And they're
burger,
free.
huge. It was properly like these big American size burgers. Leon finished it. Yeah, there you go. Smashed it out of the park.
So you don't want to throw away free food. Give that to me.
No, but you're really into your fitness, aren't you, Stu?
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yes.
So what kind of stuff do you do? Because I'm into my fitness as well. So I was a personal trainer before I got into music. So
yeah, so generally Saturday mornings I like to go on 5K runs, sometimes 10. And also I have resistant bands and dumbbells. I do a lot of cardio as well. And yeah, I like to sort of mix it up, so interchange. But generally at the weekends I normally wake up on Saturday. Although last week and 2 weeks have been quite kind of a bit lazy, but yeah, I generally like to do a 5K, 10K run.
So that's very good. I hear you're into photography and video editing, and you
Yeah,
both of you and Leon, you both like films as well. So you've got that in common too.
Yes.
Yeah. And Pablo here. So Pablo that we can't hear is from Argentina, and that's why I really wanted to hear your voice. You can say whatever you like, as long as you say it with that accent. I would have been happy with that. And Pablo loves football and running as well. So do you go running with Pablo? Ever?
No, I don't go running with Pablo actually. But I know
Well, I
that
think you should. I think that's what you need to do.
And some good ideas there.
Yeah.
Might run up from Essex to London.
I feel like it's either a song name or a movie in the making. Just running with Pablo.
Yes, running with Pablo. And Pablo, I should tell everybody, is known as Pablo the Smooth. So do you want to give us, is there any information to give us about that? Any background as to why he's Pablo the Smooth?
Well, I can tell you my opinion on this is, or my view, is just like, there's me struggling to find words all the time and really self-conscious about what I'm saying. So that's why I do the lyrics to my songs, because it's the only time I get to really think my words through. Otherwise I'm just kind of like, looking all jittery and stuff. But with Pablo, he'd be like, hello. And then everyone's just like the attention. They're just like, oh yeah, I'll go listen to Pablo now because Leon's just sort of talking nonsense. Yeah, so it's just the way his approach with his, I mean, I think we went to did a gig the other day, and even just asking for a drink, like everyone wants to like serve him. Suddenly he's like, hello, I'll have this drink, and they were like, got 2 or 3 people trying to serve him. And with me, I'm just sort of like watching people sort of walk past me and think, might get a drink in a bit. So, but yeah, I think it's a bit of like a magic sort of he's got about him with that. That's sort of this smooth sort of side to him.
Well, I hope one day we're actually going to be able to talk to Pablo. Lastly, I know we haven't got long, but if you want to sort of describe what you do or how you're different, why people should listen to you, why people should come to your launch show, just in a sentence, tell us.
Oh, I think me and Stu could both have a go at this, can we?
You both have a go. You've got 2 minutes. Before Zoom shuts us down.
Oh, well, I think I like to think it's kind of the delivery of a song that I think is quite meaningful, but we try and deliver in a style of music that you wouldn't often hear with that kind of story behind the song. I think that's kind of how I feel. I don't really hear many kind of grungy stoner songs that, these bands I absolutely love. I'm not obviously knocking them whatsoever. I'm just saying we're trying a different approach to like this hybrid feel where trying to mix this kind of style together with the lyrics and the vocals and the music. Kind of people are like, oh, that's a little bit different. So it's something different but still catchy, like still appealing. That's what our goal is, to be slightly different but still not too different that people like thrown off, but we've got to have that catchiness behind it as well.
Okay. Yeah, perfect answer. And I think on that note, it's been wonderful to catch up with you too, and sort of 2.5, because we can see but can't hear. I wish you all the best with your EP launch show and whatever you've got coming up this year. So I urge everyone to go and check out your website, check out your music, give Clay Soldiers a listen, and it's been great talking to you. So thanks very much for spending this evening with me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anne. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
I hope you have a great dinner. We will have some great dinners together. Come to a Clay Soldiers gig. We can have great dinners together, all of us.
I like the sound of that. Yeah, I do like.
That's the goal of Clay Soldiers gig. You rock out and you eat well.
Well, let us know if you're playing in Manchester anytime soon or any festivals. Do you have any festivals planned?
Probably food festival, this right?
Yeah, we are applying for a few.
Okay. Well, best of luck with that, and I hope to see you soon.
Brilliant.
Take care, guys.
You too.
Thanks.
Lots of love. Bye.
This is rock and roll, burning out to my